Alright, Kalala Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Bashem Kakadash, the button as the apostles who you both teaching the word in sincerity and in truth. This video is gonna be a quick video, yeah, and I'm just gonna talk about just go straight into the news. You know, brothers do a show and they put it called In the News. Let's look at this anyway. It says hunger makes people eat neighbors. Jeremy Clarkson's cannibalism fears amid food crisis. Now, you know, that's an extreme thing to say. The last person that you had saying something like this, actually saying he would do it, and he was, I think he was saying that he would get, for his kids, he would make his kids do it, was Alex Jones. So what I'm gonna do here is let's go here, because it's supposed to be a video on this here, and then I'm gonna bring the scriptures out. So let's see what we can get out of this.
I've no idea. I must have offended the planners in some way in a column I wrote probably 20 years ago, and I can't get planning permission. Maybe I should buy an apron and join the Masons. I don't know what you have to do, but I simply can't get planning permission for anything, which is infuriating. But it's not just me, as it turns out. I thought it was.
Yeah, he said. See, I haven't even watched this. So he said, I don't know what I've not, I've just seen this myself. He's talking about land, planning permissions, and obviously you can't own land out here, man. And it doesn't matter what level you think you're on. That's really for them elites, to own that land. Rothschilds, Rockefellers, super elites. They own the land out here. Anyway, he said maybe he has to get an apron and join the Masons, because everything's guarded out here and owned by the ones at the top. So you tribes, you ain't got a chance. What does the scripture say? You shall go to your enemies for the want of all things. You try, if you can have someone like that say that, then you tribes ain't got a chance. And I think that's in Deuteronomy. I can't remember what that's 28, but let me just type it in. Yeah, Deuteronomy 28:48. Thou shalt serve thine enemies, which the Lord Yahweh shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And they shall put a yoke of iron upon their neck until he have destroyed thee. Because we are the Israelites. We are the children of Israel. When you read about King David, Moses, King Solomon, that's who we are, the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, let's go back here and let's see what
was. But farmers up and down the country are saying the same thing. It's, as I'm sure you know, Tom, the basic farm payment scheme is being reduced dramatically. Mine's gone down from 80,000 to 60,000, goes down to 40,000 next year, and will eventually go to nothing at all. And the government has told farmers to diversify, to think of other ways of making money and not just to rely on taxpayer assistance. So I thought, okay, fine, I'll open a shop, I'll open a restaurant and sell my produce there. Local government, the local authority just says no.
So, there's the farming nurse. Now there's videos going around with these animals dead. Sheep. What was the other one? Cows. I don't know where the videos are coming from, but this, and then you got there was something where they're talking about well, yeah, I was watching Apostle Thier, he had gone into it, and there was this video that was going, the video that was on it. But you got these people talking about feeding the animals. The price of that is just way up, so they can't feed, and that's what they're saying with this as well. So they were saying how the farmers are basically saying they ain't gonna be farming. Some of them are saying they ain't farming anymore. Let's see if we can get some of this from here. So it says Jeremy Clarkson 62 has a general sense that everything will be alright in the end. But when it comes to the food shortage crisis, it feels very different. On Sunday, the Grand Tour host described how the current food shortage crisis may leave people desperately hungry. Um, um, it says, let's see. Despite his optimism regarding many things, including the climate crisis, he can't shake his fears concerning the increasing costs and lack of food supplies. He wrote in his latest column addressing the UK's cost of living crisis. It now costs £1,000,000 to heat your house and 20,000 to cook a lamb chop. I know it too because chemical fertilizers has gone up from 250 a ton last year to about 1,000 a ton now. With the cost of fertilizer increasing, the car enthusiasts warn farmers will resort to using less fertilizer, which in turn will lead to shortage in crops. Now, when was this? Now, I don't know if I've done a video on this already. I may have, because I don't think this is. I don't know if they've rebought this out, but I remember this a couple of weeks back. Let's see, May the 18th to 22, and we're in June. So this was a month ago. Sorry, just anyway, see, there should be more on this. Is that it? Okay, that was it. So the main thing now, there was a couple of articles. One of the main things it was talking about was to do with the fact that the prices, the farmers were saying. Now this was a different article. I've just typed this in, but the farmers were complaining, and then he had made this cannibalism. And now he's like, that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen. That's in the scriptures. Clarkson said that humans can survive without some things, but food is not one of them. Politicians say they are monitoring the situation, which means they ain't doing anything at all. But one day they will have to, because while people can live without heat or clothing or even sex, they cannot live without food. Hunger makes people eat their neighbours. Let's get this. 2nd Ezra 15:19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbour, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So there is going to be, we're in that time, we're seeing it. And what they're going to do, people are going to be smashing people's heads in. That's just the reality of what's going on out here. They're going to be kicking the doors down, killing people, checking what supplies they got. There was this show, and I'm going to do a video on it. I'm going to do a video on it next. That a brother had, sent to me, sent through, and told brothers to watch. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna watch it. Well, I've watched it. I'm gonna do a video on it, but things are gonna get better, yeah. You know, so we're just keeping our spiritual, eyes open, and pretty much we're just watching for these prophecies, man. All right. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom.